You shine because you were created in the divine image. The glow they see on you didn't come from cosmetics, from fashion, from filters, or from fame. It's not manufactured in the physical, it's manifested in the spiritual. Your attraction runs deeper than what can be seen with natural eyes. It's not just how you look, it's who you are, and who you are was formed by the hands of God. You were made with intention, woven together with purpose. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you stand up even after being knocked down, it draws attention, and it should, because that's not just confidence, that's not just charisma, that's glory. Not yours, but His, and it shines through you like sunlight through stained glass. When God breathed into man, He didn't just give him life, He gave him His image. That means there's a divine imprint on your spirit that this world can't duplicate. That image gives you presence, it gives you weight, it gives you a kind of spiritual gravity that pulls people in, some to admire, some to attack, but that doesn't change the source. You were born to shine. Sometimes you don't even notice it. You wonder, why do they watch me like that? Why do they act different around me? Why do people I've never hurt seem to dislike me? It's not your fault. It's your favor. It's your light, and it speaks before you do. It announces you when you walk into a room. You don't have to say a word, your presence declares that you carry something eternal. This kind of glow can't be bought. It can't be taught. It's not the product of your environment, it's the evidence of your design. And people can sense it. They may not understand it, but they can feel it. They know there's something about you that doesn't bend, doesn't break, doesn't beg for approval. And that unsettles people who live off the applause of others. You walk in with peace, and they get nervous. You smile through storms, and they get confused. That's because they don't understand what's holding you up. But you do. You shine because there's a God who chose you. There's a calling stitched into your soul, and when people see you, they're not just seeing a person, they're seeing a testimony, a living, breathing example of what grace can do. And grace makes you attractive. Grace makes you magnetic, not because you're flawless, but because you're favored. Understand this. Attraction, when it comes from the Spirit, has a different weight than physical charm. It draws attention that doesn't always feel good. It can make people project their insecurities on you. It can make folks try to pull you down, not because you did anything wrong, but because your light reveals the areas where they're still in darkness. Don't be surprised when your spiritual glow irritates their demons. That's not your problem. That's confirmation of your power. You weren't made to hide. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't made to shrink for the comfort of those who refuse to grow. That's why the glow keeps returning even after seasons of loss, even after betrayal, even after failure. The fire keeps coming back. The oil keeps flowing, because what's in you is not man-made, it's God-given. And listen to me, what's God-given cannot be man-taken. They can't dim it. They can't deny it. They can't defile it. They can lie about you. They can walk away from you. They can try to discredit you. But they can't touch what heaven sealed. You don't have to prove yourself to people who are blind to your brilliance. Let your light speak. Let your fruit speak. Let your walk speak. You look attractive, and they can't take it because your shine was set in place by the one who called light out of darkness. And if he said, "Let there be light," then there will be light, and you will be the one shining. Would you like me to expand the next keynote as well? When you carry grace, others will notice. Not always with applause, not always with support, not even with understanding. Sometimes they'll notice with suspicion, with envy, with quiet resentment, because when you glow with something they can't explain, it bothers what's broken in them. Favor has a fragrance. It walks ahead of you like a whisper in the wind. Before you say a word, people already feel it, that there's something different about you. That difference isn't about what you have, it's about what you carry. You carry peace in chaos. You carry joy when others are bitter. You carry a quiet strength that doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. And that glow, that invisible crown on your life, that's what turns heads. That's what makes some people uncomfortable, because deep down, They see the light and they realize they've settled for shadows. Let's be honest, not everyone celebrates what they don't understand. Sometimes the very thing that makes you attractive is the thing that causes others to push you away. It's not your personality. It's not your posture. It's your presence. There's a difference between someone who walks in the room and someone who shifts the room just by being there, and you're the kind that causes a shift. You don't even have to try. Your light speaks volumes before your mouth even opens. There's something about being chosen that makes you stand out. But standing out is not always easy. That light on you, it highlights your beauty, but it also exposes other people's insecurities. You didn't ask for the attention, but favor brings attention. You didn't seek validation, but favor still draws eyes. And while some people are drawn to you to learn, others are drawn just to try to bring you down. They wonder how you made it through what should have broken you. They watch how you keep walking with dignity after being betrayed. They study you like a mystery because your endurance doesn't make sense. Your peace doesn't match your pain. Your joy doesn't match your journey. You walk like someone who knows they're held, protected, and guided. And that's exactly what you are. You shine and they notice. But some can't handle it. They think your confidence is arrogance, your consistency is pride, your glow is an act. But what they fail to understand is this: your glow wasn't earned, it was given. It was given by the one who saw you struggling in the dark and said, "Rise." It was given by the one who watched you crawl through the valley and still chose you for the mountaintop. It was given by the one who doesn't change his mind about you, even when others do. People will misread your shine because they don't know your source. They assume you're standing because life's been easy, but they don't know the nights you cried yourself to sleep. They don't know how many times you felt like giving up, yet you showed up anyway. They don't see the cost, they only see the crown. But your crown came through crushing, your glow came through pressure, and it's that journey, that oil, that anointing, that makes you attractive in ways they can't understand. You've been favored in silence, promoted in private. You've grown in places where no one was watching. And now that your fruit is visible, they want to question the root. But let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Because the truth is, you didn't ask for this shine. God placed it on you. You didn't manipulate your way into this favor. He handed it to you freely. And since it didn't come from people, people can't remove it. That's why you can walk boldly, not arrogantly, but boldly, not because you're perfect, but because you're called. Your glow didn't come from a spotlight, it came from the fire. And once you've been lit by the fire of purpose, no amount of shade can put you out. So yes, your grace is attractive. Your joy is attractive. Your resilience is attractive. And yes, it makes some people uncomfortable, but that's not your job to fix. You're not called to shrink, you're called to shine. They see your glow and it shakes them. But what they don't realize is you're just getting started, ready for me to expand the third keynote next. Physical beauty can turn heads, but spiritual beauty turns hearts. The kind of attractiveness we're speaking of doesn't come from makeup, money, muscles, or fame. It doesn't fade with age, and it doesn't depend on public approval. Spiritual beauty, the kind that heaven recognizes, is unshakable. It's rooted in something far deeper than features. It's rooted in faith. There is a kind of glow that suffering cannot dull. There is a beauty that trials cannot smudge. There is a peace that radiates from a person who has walked through the fire and still worships. And that is what makes you shine. The world teaches us to chase beauty in the mirror, but God teaches us to carry beauty in the spirit. That glow in you, it didn't come from outside. It was cultivated in the quiet, refined in the waiting, grown in the pain, and it cannot be taken by hands that didn't build it. Some people think your strength makes you hard. They confuse your endurance for pride. But They don't realize that stillness in your soul, that calm in your voice, that glow in your eyes, it came from time in the presence of the one who never left you, even when everyone else did. It came from brokenness turned into boldness, from heartbreak turned into healing, and that kind of beauty makes demons tremble. It makes darkness nervous because it can't be bought, faked, or stolen. It's real, it's rare, and it's righteous. You see, outward beauty may get compliments, but spiritual beauty carries authority. When you walk into a place and carry peace with you, that's beauty. When you show grace to people who mistreated you, that's beauty. When you forgive without receiving an apology, when you love without condition, when you speak truth in love, that's beauty, and it shakes the very foundations of this shallow world. The enemy doesn't fight you because you're pretty. He fights you because you're powerful. He doesn't care about your hairstyle, he cares about your holiness. He's not intimidated by your outfit, he's intimidated by your obedience. And when you shine from the inside out, when your soul radiates joy in sorrow, when your face glows because you've been in the secret place, people will either be drawn to you or disturbed by you. And either way, you keep glowing. Because this glow was not given to impress, it was given to impact. This glow is not for show, it's for warfare. It's for light in dark places. It's for hope in broken spaces. You're not shining for attention, you're shining to advance the kingdom. And that's why you're still standing. That's why, after all you've lost, you still walk with dignity. That's why, after all the times you've been overlooked, you're still rising. Because the beauty inside you is built on something eternal. The truth is, we live in a world that is obsessed with the temporary, obsessed with trends, but you carry something timeless. You walk in a beauty that doesn't go out of style, because your glow is truth. It's love, it's honor, it's grace under pressure, it's faith that doesn't waver. And when you have that, you don't need to fight for a spotlight. The light will find you. You don't have to beg for affirmation. Fruit of your life will speak for itself. Some people will be drawn to you, but won't know why. They'll think it's your smile, your style, your presence, but really, it's the spirit in you. That light on your life, that peace in your walk, that boldness in your voice, it speaks louder than words. It says, I've been through the fire and I didn't burn. I've been through the storm and I didn't drown. I've cried, but I didn't quit. I was broken, but I didn't break. That's the kind of beauty that lasts. That's the kind of glow no one can steal. It's not shakeable, it's not seasonal, and it's not for sale. It's God, given, and it's forever. Let me know when you're ready for the fourth keynote. Want me to keep the fire going? There's a weight that comes with being chosen. There's a price tag attached to favor. Many admire the glow, but few understand the grind behind it. Being attractive in the spirit is not just about being noticed, it's about being targeted. Because the moment you begin to carry purpose, you become a problem to darkness. You become a threat to insecurity. You disturb what's dormant. You awaken what's asleep. And not everyone will celebrate that awakening. When you're chosen, you don't fit everywhere. You can't blend in like others. You don't get to hide in the crowd. You walk into a room and something shifts, not because of arrogance, but because of assignment. And that assignment places a mark on you, not a mark of shame, but a mark of heaven, a signal that says, this one is called, this one is set apart, this one is carrying something from above. And whenever you're carrying something holy, don't be surprised when hell sends opposition. People think favor makes life easier. No, favor makes life louder. Favor puts you on display, not for comfort, but for conflict. Joseph had a coat of many colors, and that coat made him attractive, yes, but it also made him a target. His own brothers couldn't handle it, not because he did anything wrong, but because the favor on him revealed the frustration in them, and it's the same for you. You didn't choose this glow, God placed it on you. But the moment you wear that coat of calling, the attacks begin. They won't always be loud. Sometimes they come in silence, a withdrawal of support, a look, a whisper, a lie, a dismissal, a betrayal. And you'll wonder, what did I do? But it's not what you did, it's what you carry. It's what you represent. You walk like someone with destiny, and that makes small-minded people nervous. You speak like someone who's seen too much to doubt God now, and that shakes the ground of those who are still living off other people's faith. You don't even have to try. You just walk in truth, and it offends deception. You move in grace, and it bothers bitterness. You love boldly, and it agitates fear. That's the cost of being chosen. You'll be misunderstood, even when your heart is pure. You'll be isolated, even when all you want is unity. You'll be judged by those who never took the time to know your journey, your scars, your prayers. But even through all of that, you remain called. The oil on your life didn't come cheap. It was crushed out of you, pressed out of your yes, birthed in dark seasons, and now that it flows, others see the glow, but they didn't witness the pressing. So when they attack you, when they envy you, when they try to reduce you to gossip or mockery, remember this: you paid for your oil in the valley. And no one gets to discount what they didn't invest in. The warfare you face is not proof of your weakness, it's confirmation of your weight. The enemy doesn't come after what's empty. He targets what's full. He targets what's dangerous. And you, with all your wounds, all your prayers, all your persistence, you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are disruptive to the spirit of fear. You are a threat to generational curses. You are a living contradiction to everything the enemy tried to do to destroy you. So yes, favor comes with a cost, but you're not paying it alone. You're not standing in your own strength. There is a hand that has held you through every storm. There is a voice that has whispered to you in the silence, keep going. There is a fire that burns in you not because of hype, but because of heaven, and that fire keeps you. That fire shields you. That fire reminds you, if you were not chosen, you would not be fought like this. You're not under attack because you're doing something wrong. You're under attack because you're carrying something right. You're carrying legacy. You're carrying light. You're carrying change, and that's why the pressure has been so real. But pressure doesn't crush purpose, it reveals it. You're chosen. You're set apart. And even when it costs you everything, you still shine. They can see it, but they can't touch it. They can talk about it, but they can't take it. Because what's on you didn't come from them, and that means it's not up for negotiation. There is a protection over your life that people can't explain. A shield that doesn't come from your education, your background, or your connections. It's a divine covering, a seal from the heavens, and when God places something on you, it doesn't matter who dislikes it, disapproves of it, or tries to dismantle it. They can't stop what they didn't start. You see, people will study your glow like a map, hoping to find a shortcut to it. But what they fail to realize is this: the shine wasn't given to make you famous, it was given to make you faithful. It wasn't meant to elevate your image, it was meant to magnify the God in you. And that's why it can't be stolen, copied, or replaced, because it's rooted in relationship. It came from time in the fire, from staying when it would have been easier to quit, from obedience when it cost you everything. You didn't hustle your way into this glow, you surrendered your way into it. And surrender always produces something money can't buy. The kind of beauty that can't be touched, the kind of strength that can't be shaken, the kind of peace that doesn't make sense to those who haven't walked your path. People look at you and assume you've always stood tall, but they didn't see you when you were on your knees. They didn't see the nights you broke down, the prayers you whispered through tears, the strength it took just to get back up. That's why your glow intimidates some, because they're trying to figure out how you still shine after all you've been through. They're waiting for you to break, to fold, to fade. But what they don't understand is you didn't survive on charm, you survived on grace. You didn't stand because of applause, you stood because of assignment. And you don't shine to impress, you shine because the fire inside you refused to go out. Let them say what they want. Let them question your motives. Let them throw their shade, because here's the truth. Their opinions don't control your glow. Their bitterness can't block your blessing. Their jealousy can't cancel your journey. When God marks you, you become untouchable not because you're invincible, but because you're protected. That doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It means the pain won't define you. It won't end you. It won't stop you. You shine not because of perfection, but because of presence, God's presence. The light they see in you is not about your achievements, it's about His anointing. And no matter how much people try to compete, compare, or critique, they can't undo what He has already spoken over you. The word over your life is stronger than the words spoken against your life. You've been through enough to break 10 people, but you're still standing. That's why you shine. That's why your light has a weight to it, because it's not empty, it's not for show, it's been tested, and it's been preserved. You didn't just make it, you matured through it. And that's what makes your glow so powerful. It's not artificial, it's authentic. They can roll their eyes, they can distance themselves, they can even try to imitate what they see in you, but there is one thing they cannot do: they cannot take what was never given by them. And that should bring you peace. You don't need to compete for a spot when God already gave you a seat. You don't need to beg for room when you were born to occupy the space, and you don't have to lower your light to make others feel more comfortable in the dark. Shine anyway, glow anyway, stand anyway, because you were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to apologize for the oil on your life, and you were never meant to hand over your crown to those who didn't carry your cross. They can't take it because they didn't give it. Your glow is proof of grace. Your shine is the sound of survival. Your presence is warfare. And as long as your light points back to the one who lit it in the first place, no weapon, no word, no scheme can ever put it out. Keep glowing. Let them talk. Let them wonder. But know this: what's on you is untouchable. If you'd like, I can now help weave all 5 keynotes together into one full speech. Just say the word,